In this video, I will be discussing the history, the rules and regulations, court dimension and equipments, officiating, and game of volleyball. But before that, what is volleyball? Volleyball is a team sport in which two teams of 6 players are separated by a net. Each team tries to score points by grounding a ball on the other team's court under organized rules. It has been a part of the official program of the Summer Olympic Games since Tokyo 1964. The history of volleyball. Volleyball was invented in 1895 by William G. Morgan, physical director of the Young Men's Christian Association or YMCA in Holyoke, Massachusetts. It was designed as an indoor sport for businessmen who found the new game of basketball to be gurus. Morgan called the sport mintonette until a professor from Springfield College in Massachusetts noted the volleying nature of play and proposed the name of volleyball. The original rules were written by Morgan and printed in the first edition of the official handbook of the Athletic League of the Young Men's Christian Associations of North America in 1897. The game soon proved to have wide appeal for both sexes in schools, playgrounds, the armed forces, and other organizations in the United States, and it was subsequently introduced to other countries. Basic volleyball rules and regulations for playing the game. Hitting the volleyball illegally. You must strike the ball in a manner such that you don't hold the ball or palm, carry, or throw it. Stepping over or on the line while serving. Not hitting the ball over the net. Touching the net. Reaching under the net and interfering with a player or the ball. Not serving in the correct order. Hitting the volleyball out of bounds. Double hitting. When the same player hits the ball twice in a row, hitting the ball more than 3 times. Volleyball court dimensions. The volleyball court is 60 feet by 30 feet in total. The net in place in the center of the court, making each side of the net 30 feet by 30 feet. Center line. A center line is marked at the center of the court, dividing it equally into 30 feet squares, above which the net is placed. Attack line. An attack line is marked 10 feet of each side of the center line. Service line. A service line, the area from which the server may serve the volleyball, is marked 10 feet inside the right sideline on each back line. The net. The net is placed directly above the center line, 7 feet 4 inches above the ground for women and 8 feet above the ground for men. Poles. Volleyball poles should be set at 36 feet apart, 3 feet further out from the sidelines. Ceiling height. The minimum ceiling height should be 23 feet, though they should preferably be higher. There are 4 volleyball officials: the referee, the scorekeeper, the assistant scorer, and the line judges. Referee. The first referee is in charge from the beginning of the match until the end. The first referee has authority over all other members of the officiating crew. The first referee should talk to all the officiating crew members before the match starts, going over any questions officials might have about their responsibilities. The first referee should have a talk with the second referee before the match starts, discussing issues such as pre-match protocol and anything that will help the match run more smoothly. The second referee should establish a rapport with the scorekeeper and libero tracker. If the scorer and libero tracker have a problem or don't understand something, they should be comfortable enough to ask the second referee for help. The scorekeeper. The scorekeeper's main job is to make sure the score is correct at all times. The scorekeeper uses a score sheet to keep track of the game. If there is a difference between the score on the score sheet and the visual score should be changed to match the score on the score sheet unless the mistake on the score sheet can be determined and corrected. One of the referees should check the accuracy of the score sheet at the end of each set. The assistant scorer. The assistant scorer or libero tracker sits at the scorer's table next to the scorekeeper. The assistant scorer's main function is to record libero replacements onto our libero tracking sheet. The line judges. If only 2 line judges are used, they stand at the corner of the end line that is closest to the right hand of each referee diagonally from the corner. The line judges watch the end line and sideline of the respective corners. For FI, VB, and official competitions, 4 line judges are used. Each line judge stands in the free zone 1 to 3 meters, lined up with the imaginary extension of their respective line. Line judges' main responsibility is to make signals to help out the referees in making judgment calls. Line judges may be instructed to use flags to make the signals. Volleyball game played by 2 teams, usually of 6 players on a side, in which the players use their hands to bat a ball back and forth over a high net, trying to make the ball touch the court within the opponent's playing area before it can be returned. To prevent this, a player on the opposing team bats the ball up and toward a teammate before it touches the court surface. That teammate may then volley it back across the net or bat it to a third teammate who volleys it across the net. A team is allowed only 3 touches of the ball before it must be returned over the net.